I guess we can just go ahead and start. Hello, everyone. My name is Fizza Arif. We're part of WiCyS at IIT. And today we're going to have a little presentation about reducing the cybersecurity gender gap, which is one of the missions of the WiCyS organization here on campus. We're also going to talk about a little bit about our club and how you can be involved. So what is WiCyS? WiCyS stands for Women in Cybersecurity. We are basically just cybersecurity enthusiasts that really want to promote women in the cybersecurity field. We know that this field has a majority of men in there, and we want to promote more women to be involved in this field through getting the education in cybersecurity or participating in networking and getting those opportunities that would allow them to be available for cybersecurity fields and jobs and careers. I do want to put a disclaimer, even though we're called Women in Cybersecurity and it is called WiCyS, we are not discriminating against any gender, and everyone is welcome to participate in our events regardless of gender.
So what we touched on just now is like pretty much the overarching mission of WiCyS, which is also an international organization. But what we do here at Illinois Tech chapter is just some different events that we've decided to put together ourselves, including for those of you who have been on our mailing list, we've been doing Cyber News Fridays, where we will share some type of important cybersecurity related news to help everybody keep up with the industry trends and learn more about cybersecurity. We've also been collaborating with the other cybersecurity organization on campus, CyberHawks, to talk about different certifications in the cybersecurity industry and just help students learn how they can really improve their cybersecurity career. And then we also do National Cyber League, which is a capture the flag competition that really helps beginners in cybersecurity get to know about cybersecurity and like with hands-on applications. And then lastly, there's the WiCyS conference and the career fairs, which we help facilitate by letting people know when they're happening, how to get there, and what steps they need to take to participate. The conference and the career fairs are amazing. A lot of us on the WiCyS board have gotten our internships and full-time jobs through the conferences and the career fairs. So definitely reach out to us if you're interested in learning more about that. And then also we have officially launched the Spring 2021 Mentorship Program with the goal of connecting students who are brand new in cybersecurity with more experienced students and professors on campus. So the application has actually closed for this semester, but we're planning to launch a similar program next semester in fall 2021. Some fun facts about this semester's group: we have 10 more mentors and we have 16 mentees. And mentors are pretty much going to be able to give back to the WiCyS community, and mentees are going to have a good time learning more about cybersecurity careers and whether or not they really want to pursue a career in this field as well. Something special that we're doing is having a little networking event to kick off the mentorship program, and that's coming up soon too. So if you're interested in learning more about the program, or if you want to join maybe next semester, definitely reach out to us. And we will share more information with you over email as well.
All right, so one of the upcoming events we have planned for this semester is the IOT Hackathon. It was supposed to take place last semester, but we pushed it to this semester. The registration is still open. You can join as an individual or as a team. If you would like to be in a team, you don't have one, we'll place you in one. If you would like to bring your own team, that's perfectly fine as well. So if you're interested in participating in the free hackathon, that will be coming up. So feel free to email us with any questions, and we'll make sure to send out like the registration form again after this meeting.
Okay, so let's get started with the main idea and agenda of today's event, which is addressing the cybersecurity gender gap. So when we define gender gap, what it says is the discrepancy in opportunities status, attitudes, etc. between men and women. So much so that, we don't get offered the same kind of jobs, we don't get the same salary and such. So when we talk about specifically in the cybersecurity industry, I want you guys to imagine the stereotypical notion of an ethical hacker. The image that comes up into our head is usually of a man wearing a hoodie and an anonymous mask, hunched over a computer in like late nights. This pervasive image sets an incorrect assumption that people in the cybersecurity field are mostly men, and that the skills required to perform well in this industry are gender biased. So much so that the percentage of jobs that are given to women only occupy 20% of the total population. So even if a job is equally hired for, the next steps of the process are not usually a bed of roses for all the genders, starting with a high disparity in wages and even promotions from current roles to more senior roles. It's not exactly the same for all the genders. So why is it important to reduce the cybersecurity gender gap? Firstly, diverse perspectives. Women representation is important because women tend to offer more viewpoints and perspectives that are different from men's, and these underrepresented perspectives are critical in understanding cyber risks. Large companies like Google, IBM, and Facebook are actively recruiting women to fill cybersecurity positions because they realize that diverse teams can identify and neutralize threats much better. Secondly, boosting women's involvement is also a security and a business issue. Female leaders in this area tend to prioritize the important areas that men overlook, and this is mainly because of their background. Another reason why women's participation in cybersecurity is a business issue is because, according to an Ernst& Young report, by 2028, women will control 75% of the discretionary consumer spending worldwide. Thirdly, they improve third-party security. Female internet security professionals are also adept at selecting partner organizations to develop secure software. Women tend to pay more attention to partner organization qualifications and personnel, and they assess partners' ability to meet contractual obligations. They also prefer partners that are willing to perform independent security tests.
All right, so now that we've kind of gone over what the gender gap is, we're going to talk about how this affects not just you, but the nation. So as Lavanya has mentioned, women are highly underrepresented in the cybersecurity field. In 2017, women's share in the U.S. cyber force was about 14% compared to the 48% of the general workforce. And if you look outside of the United States, in 2018, women accounted for about 10% of the cybersecurity workforce in the Asia Pacific region, about 9% in Africa, 8% in Latin America, 7% in Europe, and about 5% in the Middle East. In addition, women are even less representative in security leadership. Globally, only about 1% of security workers and senior management positions are women. And as already mentioned, societal view is that InfoSec is a man's job to do, but there's nothing really inherent in gender that predisposes men to be more interested or more adept in cybersecurity. And it gives, in addition, the industry mistakenly gives potential employees the impression that only technical skills matter in cybersecurity, which can give women and other minorities the impression that the field is only technical or even boring, which is not true. There's a lot more to this, just having the technical skills to be successful in cyber. So why is this a problem? We're less secure when the people designing the cybersecurity projects and solutions aren't representative of the population that are using them. Things like gender, socioeconomic status, race, and other identities can all influence how someone perceives security interventions, use software, and conceive their rights to their online privacy, and what they think they need to do to protect themselves and cyber threats. Internet security strategies requires to think beyond just technical solutions. Women's representation is important because women tend to offer viewpoints and perspectives that are different from men, and these underrated perspectives are critical in addressing things like cyber risk, as mentioned. For instance, there is some early research that shows that women may react to or address perceived cybersecurity threats in different ways. According to Pew, women are more likely to use social media, restricting to access only their friends. Another study in the UK found that women were more likely to set up privacy settings in their accounts over men. That may be in part because women are more likely to be harassed online, but that will be brought up a little bit later. So these experiences are important because it may prompt women in the cybersecurity field to approach or design security solutions a little bit differently. Female analysts and engineers often ask different questions when working with online security and safety, such as ways to protect vulnerable demographics. So when it comes to things like cyber warfare and defending from other government attacks, this lack of women puts us at another great disadvantage for the same reasons that we just talked about. We're not painting the whole picture of what we need to protect against or fight to protect.
So not only are there just great risks against like entire nations because of the lack of women in cybersecurity, it's also affecting a lot of women at the individual level because young women especially are just experiencing so much harassment online and violence through the internet. And it's millions of girls and women who are affected by this just simply due to their gender. And this occurs in a variety of cultures, races, socioeconomic statuses. And really now, because of the widespread use of the internet and social media, it's just super easy for this type of violence to occur against women. And it's actually known as cyber violence, which is defined as the use of internet to harass, embarrass, or exploit someone online. It really has, cyber violence has serious societal and economic consequences. It really holds back the world in terms of creating peace and prosperity. And it really limits gender equality, which is something that women as a whole have been trying to fight against. So there's just been numerous cases of cyber violence against women. For example, there are numerous teenage girls have been driven to suicide and other mental health issues because of online trolling and harassment. So according to a recent study, more women are known to use the internet to enrich their relationships. So this can become an issue when they meet, suspicious people who might be out to harm them instead of like develop some type of actual relationship with them. And this harassment occurs, like I said earlier, it's very disproportionately high against women. So 26% of women between ages 18 and 24 they have experienced some type of severe harassment online. 26 have been stalked, and then 25% were just general online sexual harassment. The growing reach of the internet and the rapid spread of information through the mobile devices has really just presented new opportunities that could put women at risk. So it's just really mindful that more women are aware of these dangers so they can tell their friends and their family and really help, just try to protect each other and keep each other safe. So with that being said, we put together some tips that women specifically can use to keep themselves safe on the internet. And then also, just share this with your friends and family, like especially younger girls who are less aware and less, I would say more naive when they're using the internet. So women's issues are best solved by women, and by increasing the number of women in the cybersecurity field, well, it's more likely that information about cyber safety will be spread to other women and minorities. We can really help with cybersecurity education and, again, spread the word with our female friends and family and reaching a wider audience, because right now with just guys who are in this field, it's really hard for more women to understand the depth of the problem. There's a lot of techniques that women can use to be safe on the internet. Many of these are general and can be applied to a wide range of audiences, but we just wanted to touch on them anyway. So starting with number one, don't share passwords. Like even if it's with your like boyfriend or your uncle or whoever, like you don't need to share your password with them. It's a lot of domestic violence issues occur this way. So when a woman is sharing their password with their husband, like they're just gonna, the husband might manipulate that and use it to their advantage instead of, just simply sharing a password. while friends are not intentionally going to cause you harm when you share your password with them, they may accidentally reveal it to someone, and that just puts you at risk. Another one is don't leave your webcam connected, or if you have like a built-in webcam, try to cover it, because there's a lot of applications or malware that you could accidentally install that can record what you're doing without your knowledge. What I like to do is I have a small sticker. It's a removable sticker, so I just, when I need to use my camera, I will just take it off and put it back on. Another thing that they recommend is disabling camera permissions when not in use. So next we say don't share more than necessary on the internet. Like when you share how old you are, or like where you live or what job you have, it's super easy for people who are trying to hack you to just go on your social media profiles and scope out that information to use to their advantage when trying to scam you. For example, if someone knew that I went to school at IIT, they can just send me an email pretending to be IIT and saying, oh, you need to send me your credit card for your tuition, for example. So it's just really be careful about what you're sharing, because and who you're sharing it with. So if you have a long list of friends on your Facebook account, really reconsider, like, do you trust every single person on your account to see what exactly you're posting? Because there could be like complete weirdos on there who are just, trying to stalk you. Just be careful about who you're accepting on your follow lists, and like on Instagram as well. Just try not to reveal as much as possible. I know that like we're in this generation of like getting a bunch of follows and like being super popular, but that only goes so far, I would say, unless you're like famous and like a model or something. And then next we have be cautious when meeting people online. Always let people know, like if you are meeting with someone online, let somebody know that you're meeting with them, and be cautious about where you're meeting. And make sure to use the block function. If you have a bad interaction with someone, just block them right away. Trust your instinct with that. And next we have update all operating systems and softwares on your devices regularly, so that you can be less prone to getting vulnerable devices on your system. So my best friend, I have to like beg her to update her laptop. She just never does it for some reason. So I'm always an advocate for updating your devices. And then lastly, read the fine print. There's a lot of different privacy issues that could arise from different devices or applications that you may use. So a lot of these websites, as you may know already, they will sell or resell your information to pretty much anyone they want to. And a lot of times the law can't really protect you from that, because you are clicking I agree to the privacy statement. There's really no such thing as freebies. Like when you have a free game or free content, it's always possible that it has viruses or malware attached to it. So it's always, but at the end of the day, just be cautious about what you're doing online. Like the entire world is on the internet. It's not just like your circle of friends.
Awesome. Thank you, Harshini. Those were really great points.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go forward and talk about financial impacts that will come if we take the initiative and reduce the gender gap in the cybersecurity field. Number one, this will increase the US economy. It is actually proven that the US economy could go up by about 30 billion if the women in the field equal the men in the field in the cybersecurity. And I will be talking about this in a way of nationally, and then financial impacts personally for women as well. The reason why that is proven is because the cybersecurity is a growing field, and there's so many open positions right now that cannot be filled by all men. There, of course, men are in a lot of different fields, and the amount of people in the cybersecurity field are not able to fulfill those positions. So we do need women to come in those positions and take those positions and get that field going. Eliminating 50% of the population, which is women, is going to negatively impact the cybersecurity field and the jobs that are coming out of it, which is the reason why we need to reduce that gender gap, and we need women to come in those fields, take them over, so the fields can grow and the economy can grow as well. Women personally in these fields will gain financial stability, as my fellow co-hosts have talked about this. Women in general are either less paid in the field, or have less skills in the field, and this is cybersecurity is a field that will allow them to have financial stability overall. This is a field that is not going away; it keeps growing. It's going to keep going in the next 10 years, 20 years, because security is a national, international issue that's happening. We see security breaches happening all the time. So cybersecurity is going, and it's going up from here. So having women in these fields, meaning they will have these jobs and they do not have the threat of losing their jobs in the next 5 or 10 years. This is a stable job, and they will get stable pays, and this will financially help them in those fields. Another thing this will help them is cybersecurity, because it is a stable job and stable career. It is a safe career path for the women involved in the field. And it will help them gain more skills, because security and technology in general is a field that is always growing, always changing. This allows women to keep up and gain those new skills that allow them to do these jobs. This helps our women not only be financially stable, but also keep growing those skills that will help them be better in the future.
So we come to the main question again, how we can make a difference, how we can curb this problem of the gender gap. So we can do this in two ways. We can do it as a society and on a personal level. So I'll be talking on how we can decrease the gender gap as a society. On the educational level, at the educational level, industries can have tie-ups with schools and take the initiative to encourage gender minorities to enter into the field, and it level the playing field. Like at the starting point itself, if we tell more women to approach a cybersecurity profession, to get into learning more about cybersecurity, I feel like they can have greater avenues of entry into the profession, and it could, level the playing field in the sense like equally address giving the similar kind of jobs to both men and women, in fact, any gender. Next is raising awareness. Raising awareness of the sector and portraying it in an accurate, positive way is paramount to increasing the number of women in cybersecurity. Overtly promoting cybersecurity careers and opportunities available to women, and telling them that it is a career that they can enjoy or they can succeed in, is an essential way and an essential first step to making sure that there are more women in the industry. Secondly, offering support. It is also important to support and retain the women currently in the profession. Mentoring schemes and improved networking opportunities are popular ideas for improving the support network for women in the cybersecurity industry. Something that we're doing as a community, like I'm so proud to be saying this, that WiCyS at Illinois Tech is having a mentorship program. And this is our entire aim, to make sure that people receive more support and get into the cybersecurity industry. Like we recruited so many freshman women who are genuinely interested into going into this field, but they have no avenues. They weren't told about the different kind of opportunities that this industry has. So pairing them up with people who have real life experience in the field, both men and women. I'm so glad that we have so many male mentors as well. They signed up to make sure that they provide the correct support that a woman needs in order to enter such a male dominated industry. Another major thing that we can do as a society is inclusive branding. Like, giving out messages like this is a boys club or this is a man's job would not give you this sense of security in a job position, would not give it to anybody or any women. So stopping that kind of language use in big professional institutions would be one step forward to making sure that women feel secure in their positions, and they're told that, yeah, you can do this job as good as any man can.
So when it comes to making a difference, at a personal level, anyone can make a difference when it comes to national security and personal security. And these are just like 4 big steps to make a difference at a personal level. Number 1 would be to study cybersecurity. When more women learn about this, they will have the opportunity to join the workforce and decrease that cybersecurity gender gap that we so don't like. And then joining an organization like WiCyS and helping further this mission and like getting more girls involved is always a really good way too. Pursue a cybersecurity career by entering the workforce. We'll be able to offer our own diverse perspectives and build those more secure platforms because we have more people looking at it. And additionally, I know we mentioned earlier that it's like really a business issue that there's not a lot of women in this field. Like when more girls join cybersecurity field careers, overall business impact will improve, and the overall cybersecurity program of a business. Next, we could spread awareness. So after learning about these core principles through studying or through work, women will have that knowledge that they need to help, protect their friends and family from cyber attacks and cyber threats. And lastly, by practicing good cyber habits, it's I think that cyber criminals are less like they get mad like when someone has good cyber safety. So it's kind of discouraging these cyber criminals in a sense. Like the more stronger we get, like the more upset they will get. So that's all.
Awesome. So that was kind of like the end of our presentation, but before we stop and let you guys go, I just want to talk about that WiCyS at IIT on our campus. We are looking for members to join our team, to join our exec board. Just to kind of tell you about what you will get out of WiCyS is, one, you will be able to develop your leadership skills. We do a lot of stuff here at WiCyS, from organizing events to spreading awareness to meeting with students, as Harshini and my other co-hosts have talked about, the mentorship program and a lot of other things, hackathons that we do. So we work on developing a lot of events and stuff like that, and you will be very much involved in that process, which will allow you to gain those skills, talk in our meetings, talk in our presentations. So it's a really great experience, and it will help you learn. So do consider that. Number 2, it will really build your network. As we've mentioned, WiCyS is not just an organization here on campus, it's a international organization. So there's a lot of WiCyS clubs, WiCyS committees all around the globe. And we, as being part of that, we are able to work with members that are already in the WiCyS and cybersecurity students who are in the field right now. As we've mentioned, the conference, the WiCyS National Conference, allows us to go there and meet with women students, professionals who are already in the field. We get to talk with them. We get to do a lot of different things with them, activities with them, and it really helps build your network. So you know these people who can help you get those jobs and help you get ready for not just jobs, but what I want to do next in your career. When you're graduating or when you're just trying to figure out what next path you want to take. So it really helps build your network and really helps you get the people that you need. Number 3, it demonstrates your passion for cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a great field. It's something that we are very passionate about, and it just helps you showcase that through our platform. It's great to put it in your resume to show employers that this is something that you are serious about, and it's not just something that you're just doing for the money. So do consider joining our team. We would love to have more people involved in this and help us do our work. Awesome. Thank you so much for attending. I know we had some technical difficulties in the beginning, but thank you for understanding and working with that and joining us. If you have any questions, you can email us at wicis@iit.edu, and I believe that is our LinkedIn. The first
That's
one,
our
Harshini?
Instagram.
Oh, that's our Instagram. Sorry, that's our Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram, and you can email us at wicis@iit.edu with any questions regarding our presentation today, or regarding joining us as a executive member for the WiCyS committee. And if you have any questions, we're here to answer them.